Amazon fashion. It's kind of a minefield, but in my book, the pros are starting to outweigh the cons. So let's get those pesky cons out of the way. Con numero uno, the sizing. I never know what I'm gonna get when I order it, even if I look at the size chart. There was this awesome little retro dress that I purchased last year, and it was plus size, like it went up to like a 6X. At the time I was in probably a larger 24, getting close to a 26. The 6X looked like it was kind of there. Now, there are normally some good reviews that tell you where you are. Those reviews basically went Effie trinket on me and said, may the odds be ever in your favor. And when I got it in, they were not. They were not at all. The dress would not even consider buttoning up, and I sent it back. But that takes me to the pros. So the first pro is that returns are so simple. My second one is that shipping is free both ways. Now, that one's got a little asterisk, right? So I normally make sure that I click the little Prime tab, and whenever I'm looking, I make sure that I'm looking at things that include that free shipping, because let me tell you, there are a few items that have $14 shipping, or some things that want you to get it like express, and express for them is in 2.5 weeks and you're paying $8.99. No, thank you. I'm looking for free shipping. My third pro, and the most pro of the pros, is that shipping is so dang fast. I love it. So I can, in theory, realize this morning that my kiddo has a luau pool party with her fancy friends that may or may not have been on the calendar for a month and a half. In realizing that, I also discovered that there is not an appropriate swimsuit nor a Hawaiian dress in her size in our house. Amazon to the rescue. I might not get my first choice, but I will be able to find something that will make it here on time. So fast and relatively risk-free. If you can talk money to me, I may be sold, right? I'm already sold. Y'all, I love Amazon. Most of the time there's like a stack next to my front door. Who am I kidding? Some of you too, come on. And let's not even talk about Christmas time. So with all of that said, I typically rely on Amazon when I'm in a pinch, especially when it comes to clothing items. For everything else, Amazon's one of my go-tos, but for clothing items, it's normally whenever I'm not looking elsewhere. Now, it has not often been one of my go-tos for items for the office. I've seen lots of cute things, but whenever I look at the link, typically they go up to an extra large or an XXL, and I don't normally go much further. When I'm looking for clothes that are appropriate for work, I am normally looking at like the Torrids and the Lane Bryants, that kind of thing. I'm starting to totally go with my Stitch Fixes and my Wannables, and I found lots of items that are very versatile. And let me tell you, when I use the word work, I know that it totally varies on where you're working and where you are in life, because I have absolutely played homeroom mom chic, and I have also played true business professional. So I would say that I'm somewhere in between, but probably closer to the smart casual, not smart casual, I'd say business casual. So whether you are like smart casual, casual, business formal, all of these things have something in common, right? Every one of them is going to be okay with a sweet, sweet deal on clothing. Like, show me someone who's not okay with a sweet, sweet deal on clothing, and I don't know that we're gonna get along. So that is where the company today comes into play. The company that I am wearing and I have over here is called Hanna Nikole. Hanna Nikole focuses a lot on like sportswear, they have swimwear, and then they have a very big push for wedding guest fashion and like bridesmaid dresses, that type of aesthetic, a more fancy dress look. And I will tell you that initially I wasn't interested. I just did a wedding guest haul that was fantastic. I loved everything about it, and I didn't know how I could compete with that. But whenever I was looking through their dresses, there were a lot that were really appropriate for the office. I asked them what they thought about taking some of these really pretty solid dresses and making this an office workwear wardrobe. And I would say this kind of lens on the business casual side. I would happily wear these to the office. And so what I have for us today are 5 dresses, 2 pairs of pants, some great outerwear, y'all. There is a gorgeous coat that I cannot wait for you to see. When I was pulling up the Hanna Nikole stuff, I found this guy, and this is not something that they were promoting. I chose this one because I love it. I don't know how office appropriate it is, but just saying, in the event that you work in my office, I think that this would be a really good team building exercise, maybe at a pumpkin patch, maybe at a farmer's market. There are so many wonderful things we can do. We can get a hayride, just throwing that out there. I cannot wait to jump in and see the awesome office wear that we can find on Amazon in our sizes. It's in the color Peacock. It's like a little clip dot sheer sleeve. I love the sleeve. I've pulled a lot of things that are kind of this little clip dot, giant Swiss dot. I've read different titles for both of them, but I really like it. And the funny thing is that I used to work in a big wirehouse, and a lot of the ladies would wear items that had like the little clip dot. And you know what? I bet that they shopped on Amazon. They were keeping it a secret from me. This I did size up in. It's just a very straight little dress. So I went to a 24 in this. The reason that I decided to go with the 24 is because of the comments. And y'all, whenever I'm going Amazon fashion, I rely heavily on the comments. I'm always a little bit afraid when there are not reviews down below. But yeah, I think that this is great. It's got a cuff that's the same material. It's got some stretch to it, but it also falls very nicely. I think that it looks very nice, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to wash well. So it has a zipper that goes up the back, and I'll walk this way. I love this color. I think it's great. One thing that I really liked about the Hanna Nikole line was that they had some really great outerwear pieces. I am gonna show you this. So I don't often wear sweaters to the office. Like I normally don't come in wearing them, but I always have one at the office. And it's funny because on my desk, I have a fan. The fan is almost always like pointed right at my face. And so, but then I have a sweater because my arms are cold, but I need that air. I don't know if it's like partly to keep me awake, partly because I like a cool breeze. Maybe it makes me feel like I'm somewhere else. But I think that this is great. The sweater, there's nothing like super crazy plush soft about it, but there's also nothing itchy. Like it is just a good feeling sweater. And one thing I like about this, I've got this one and I've got a black one, is this has the really low pockets, and then the black one has them in the center. And I can definitely see the merits of both, but this just feels cozy, and you just wanna put your legs up, put a cozy sweater on. This definitely foots the bill. And it is very long. This one's Lulu's favorite. Okay, so this one is a real heavy hitter. I actually had ordered this one from them in pink, then changed my mind and went with black, and I made an excellent decision. This is totally appropriate for client facing. So it is, I guess, pretty body contouring, but it has some ruffles that give a little bit of shape to your body. So my smallest place is this upper waist here. A lot of apple body girls kind of have the same thing going on. And so it kind of comes out like a little shelf, and then it has a nice little ruffle here. I will say the one thing that I dislike about this dress is the tie. I feel like it's a little superfluous, but I'm going to tell you, I feel that way in a lot of my clothes. I don't like washing them. I don't like having to pair them up. Normally I take them off, and then I don't like the belt loops, but typically I'll honestly clip these. I personally like it better without the tie, just because I think that there's a lot going on, and the detail of the actual dress is very pretty. Now this one I ordered in a 22, and I think 22 is the right size for me here. Again, I did that based on reading comments down below. Amazon also says whenever you go to order, it was like, the 22 is gonna fit you best. And then I click at the size chart, and then I click down there, you know. This one's very true to size. I feel incredibly comfortable in it. Let me put my gold necklace on, and then I'm gonna show you the amazing coat. I don't think that there's anything that could top this outfit. I probably should not have done it second, but I ended up taking off the pearls and I paired it with my gold. I probably wear the gold much more than I wear the pearls. This coat is amazing. I love it. Ross, why don't we live where it's colder? Honey, I think that this is lovely. There is another one that I came so close to getting instead. It was like a really pretty black and white plaid, but I felt that this one was more versatile. And living in Houston, there's not a lot of coat wearing weather at all. In the event that the discount is super awesome, I'm ordering it because it's beautiful. So it is nice and long. It just feels incredibly sophisticated. The interior button as well. This one I got in a 22. I really feel like this fits true to size. I don't have anything really bulky down here, but I do feel like there's a good amount of room in it. I did feel like I had plenty of room to move my arms, so that wasn't an issue. And I just feel like the lines of it are lovely. It comes out in an A-line I'm just like, this is absolutely the winner of this haul. I'm gonna take it off and show you the black with the gold because I think that that's a really nice look as well. Here it is with my gold. I really like the lines of it. I feel like all of their darting and everything go very nicely. I don't have any notes about this dress. Today, I'm just plain old office girl, but I could also be PTO president. I could also be mom at the grocery store. I got it all. This is just a really nice, fun floral top. And then these are some paper bag trousers. If I was wearing this with a flouncy top like this, I would absolutely take the sash off. That way it'll fall flat. But yeah, I like where these trousers fall. I'm 5'10", so I'm very tall. I ended up getting one in a 24 and one in a 22 just to see the difference. I would say that they are loose, like they're definitely loose. There's a lot of extra fabric back here, but I would be very comfortable. And I'm gonna throw these sweaters on with several things, but I just wanna show you, since I am office girl in this one, my pretty black sweater. And so see, this one was the sweater that had the pockets up here. This would feel a little bit more protected whenever I'm sticking my phone in to leave and run to the restroom. Than the super lower ones, I'm always afraid that I'm gonna hit it with my legs and they're gonna fly out. I don't know that it comes across on the camera, but you do see like little holes through. This one is, I don't know, they're probably both equally soft. They're very nice. I think they'll soften up too with washing. Do you know sometimes whenever you have a sweater and you squeeze it and it kind of has that crunchy feeling? I never like that, and these are not doing it. You might not know what I'm talking about, but sometimes I squeeze sweaters whenever I'm in the store and I'm like, that one's not for me. Okay, this red dress has given me all kinds of feelings, like the dress of mixed signals. This was one that I was the most excited about when I chose it online. It's red, color kind of threw me off. It's got a little bit more like the orange undertone. I kind of was negative on it. I actually filmed this earlier. That's why my hair was up and now it's down. I went through and I was editing and I thought, gosh, this is actually really pretty on. The length is honestly what threw me. I felt like it was an odd length. It's kind of below my knee, and I didn't know what I thought about that for the office. But watching it, I thought, hey, that's actually totally office appropriate. It's very comfortable. Hey, Lulu, I really think I like this one. Now, let me show you. This one problem with this one was that it came with a little modesty stitch, and that was like way up here. And whenever I put it on, and all these modesty stitches, they just all vary with our busts. It ended up giving me like, it just was not very attractive. So I ended up tearing it off, and I wish that I'd left it so that you could see it, but it was just one little stitch. And a lot of times with like these surplice tops, which is the most attractive on my figure, apple body girls, you know what I'm talking about. I do that all the time. In my drawer at work, I have a needle and like 4 different colors of thread because I sew these up all the time to not relive an incident where my everything was open for my FedEx man. But me and FedEx man, we got past it. I really do like this one. And like I said, at first I would have told you, at first I did tell you that this was probably my least favorite. I don't know. After watching it, I thought, no, actually that looks really good. And I'd love your opinions. If you're like pro red dress, or you're like, Meredith, maybe red dress, but definitely not for the office. Though I thought the length was kind of weird, it's really nice and modest. I think that that's an awesome thing about it. If I wanted to dress it kind of casual, then I've got my pretty little red flats and my awesome little black sweater. I could also totally dress this up with heels and a jacket. Honestly, I think that this one's got a lot going for it. All right, this one is just plain comfortable, and the sleeves are lovely. I don't have to think about anything. I don't feel like I've got anything hanging out, whether it be my arms, my stomach, whatever. This one has me covered. It does feel incredibly patriotic with this shade of blue. I think it's very nice. This is a 24. I could absolutely size down. There's a lot of give to it, but the reviews kind of warned me. Some of the people were saying that it ran a little small, and I think that this one really runs true to size. I'm gonna see how these sleeves do in this awesome coat. So I wear necklaces most days. Most of my necklaces are these larger pendant styles. Most of them are from Kendra Scott. Every once in a while, I've got one that my daughter made me from Flowers. Sometimes with like the surplice, they like to slip in. I'm all right with that, especially if it has the high round neckline, kind of like this first one. Having something that pulls down and draws the eye away from your shoulders will make me look a little less broad, which Y'all know I can handle that. So I like this one. I'm not absolutely in love with it, except for the sleeves, which I am in love with. Am I office Barbie or what? So I would totally wear this to a ladies group. I would wear it to a volunteer meeting. I would also probably wear it to the office on a slightly more fun, casual day. I like it. This jacket I got because of pants at the end, but I will tell you, I've got a Torrid one that's similar, but I wanted one that I could link, and the Torrid one's no longer being sold. If I got this, I would probably add a button, which wouldn't be that difficult, or a clasp, because I'm not wild about the up in front. I know that some people absolutely love it. It's just not totally me. I don't know, this dress is very fun. It also has a faux wrap, and it's got a lot of spin and just, I don't know, joy to it. If this came to me in one of my subscription boxes, I would be all in, and I would say, hey, I will absolutely wear that to work. One thing that this did come with is this thing that makes it way more Barbie, is this little brooch. Okay, so it adds to it, makes it look like a belt. I would absolutely not wear this to the office. Now, I'd put it on if I was going to see the Barbie movie, or if I was going to a mother-daughter event, absolutely. But it takes away a little bit of the professionalism to me. They're all very comfortable. They're made of stretch material, but I would say that this one feels the most free. Oh, I got pink heels. Okay, if I'm wearing pink, I'm totally being matchy-matchy. I never used to wear heels. I've lost some weight and am really enjoying the heels. I was always very much flats. I do wear flats most of the time, but I'm enjoying the heels, and I'm kind of enjoying the match. So these are the size 22 paper bag pants, and they do fit better. Now, I will say that I've got very thick calves. They do touch my calf all the way around. My calf and these pants are getting very familiar with one another. I don't think it's noticeable, and it's really not uncomfortable either. The material is very silky. I didn't notice it as much in the others, and I don't know if maybe it's something else that I'm wearing, but I do feel a little bit of static cling. But I will be wearing these in my work cycle. Typically at work, I go with more separates than I do with dresses. It depends on how I feel. If we have clients in, I'm honestly more separates unless I do something like the black dress, because I could absolutely let that dip its toe in a little more formal than business casual. This top is one, I'll see if I can link it, but it's an old Calvin Klein top that I've had for years and years. I think that this is super cute. All in all, I think that this was a fantastic haul. It was interesting to see like the slight sizing variations, but again, they're slight. I would say overall, this is a pretty true to size collection, with the exception of this one. This is the only one that I actually think runs small. I'm putting my sweater on to end this because I think you need to see the slightly more business smart version of these trousers. Probably my favorite pieces were definitely the black dress. I love the pink dress. I think it was just super fun. The coat, oh, the coat, I don't know how, it's because it's not hanging there. The coat is my absolute favorite piece. And I like the window pane trousers. I think that there were some great wins in here. So hopefully you guys get some value out of the discounts that Hanna Nicole's offering. If you are enjoying my content, liking and commenting goes a really long way to help me. Y'all have been amazing. I respond to as many comments as I can. Sometimes it takes me several days or a week before I'm able to get to do some. I do have an office separates video coming up, which is very exciting too. I've got lots of Halloween costumes on the way, and then some super formal tailor-made dresses that I'm very excited about. So all of that is coming up. If anything sounds exciting, please consider subscribing. And you know what? I will see you in the next one.